Have you ever pondered the origins of capitalism, the system that has shaped our modern world? It's a puzzle wrapped in a conundrum, largely due to the incremental nature of its evolution. Capitalism didn't burst forth fully formed. Instead, it was shaped and molded over centuries of economic, social, and political change. One must consider the transition from feudalism to mercantilism to understand the roots of capitalism. Feudalism, with its rigid hierarchies and land-based wealth, was gradually replaced by mercantilism. This was a system where wealth was measured in gold and silver, and nations strove for economic self-sufficiency. The shift to this more dynamic economic structure laid the groundwork for the burgeoning capitalist system. Yet this was merely the prelude. By the close of the 16th century, the stage was set for capitalism to emerge, the actors in place, the script being written. But the true spirit of capitalism, its essence, was yet to be fully realized. As we journey into the 17th century, we start to see the birth of capitalism in its recognizable form. This period was marked by the emergence of joint stock companies. These entities allowed investors to pool their resources into a single collective venture, spreading the risk and potential reward across many individuals. Simultaneously, the world saw the birth of the stock exchange, a marketplace for buying and selling shares in these companies. This innovation created an unprecedented mechanism for the accumulation and distribution of wealth. Equally significant was the rise of the modern banking system. Banks became the intermediaries that facilitated this economic activity, providing loans to businesses and individuals, thereby enabling the accumulation of capital. This accumulation of capital, in turn, became the driving force of economic activity. It fueled innovation, propelled technological advancements, and spurred economic growth. The principles of capitalism were in place, but the system was still in its infancy. The 18th century brought with it a revolution that would serve as the catalyst for capitalism's rise. As the wheels of the Industrial Revolution began to turn, the world witnessed a seismic shift. No longer were economies primarily agrarian, bound by the cycles of nature and the toil of the fields. Instead, they were increasingly industrial and service-oriented, powered by the relentless rhythm of machines and the ceaseless hum of factories. The Industrial Revolution was more than just a change in production methods. It was a fundamental transformation in how societies functioned. Countries that embraced these changes found themselves propelled into an era of unprecedented growth and prosperity. The rise of factories and the mass production of goods led to a surge in employment opportunities, creating an entirely new class of wage earners. This, in turn, stimulated demand, driving the wheels of capitalism faster and faster. But let's not forget the role of technological advancements. The steam engine, the power loom, the spinning jenny, these were not just inventions, they were the harbingers of a new economic order. They made mass production possible, and with it, the commodification of virtually everything. In this brave new world, wealth was no longer just in the hands of the landed gentry. It was in the factories, the railways, the bustling city streets. It was in the hands of entrepreneurs and industrialists, those who could harness the power of technology and the labor of the masses. The Industrial Revolution didn't just change how we worked, it changed how we thought about work, wealth, and the economy. The spirit of modern capitalism is more than just the pursuit of profit. It's a nuanced blend of values and attitudes that shape not only our economy, but also our society and individual lives. At the heart of capitalism lies the principle of individualism. This is the belief in the importance of the individual and in the virtue of self-reliance and personal independence. It champions the idea that each person has the power to shape their own destiny, to carve their own path. This fuels the entrepreneurial spirit that drives innovation and progress. Competition is another cornerstone of capitalism. It's the engine that propels businesses to continuously improve, to offer better products, better services, and better solutions. But it's also a catalyst for creativity. It encourages us to think outside the box, to challenge the status quo. Innovation, the lifeblood of capitalism, is born from this potent mix of individualism and competition. It's the driving force that transforms ideas into realities, that propels us forward, that shapes our future. It's the spirit of invention, of discovery, of progress. But let's not forget, capitalism is also about responsibility. It's about creating value not just for ourselves, but for society as a whole. It's about making a positive impact, about leaving the world a better place. Capitalism is not just an economic system, it's a mindset, a worldview, a way of life. The capitalism of today is not the capitalism of the 17th century. It's a dynamic, adaptable system, not a static one. Over the centuries, capitalism has evolved, transformed, and adapted to the changing world around it, demonstrating an uncanny resilience and flexibility. Today, we see different forms of capitalism around the globe. There's state capitalism, where the government plays a significant role in the economy, controlling key industries and making strategic economic decisions. This model can be seen in countries like China and Russia. On the other hand, we have welfare capitalism, predominant in Scandinavian countries. Here, markets remain largely free, but the state intervenes to ensure social welfare, providing services like education, healthcare, and social security. These variations demonstrate capitalism's ability to morph to suit different cultural, political, and economic contexts, showing us that it is not a one-size-fits-all system. As we continue to grapple with the challenges of the 21st century, capitalism will undoubtedly continue to evolve and adapt, just as it has done throughout its history.